Hey everyone, what's going on? Dan Taylor from danthepixarfan.com here, and today I got something a little different, still within the Lightyear category though. Once again here I'm just briefly stepping away from the Mattel Lightyear toy line so I can review this Lightyear-inspired figurine playset from the Disney store. Well, technically I found this at Target, but as many of you probably know, back in 2019 Disney announced a partnership with Target in which 25 lucky Target stores would be getting a pop-up style Disney store area within Target where you could find genuine Disney store / ShopDisney toys and other merchandise. Then in summer 2021, not long after the majority of all standalone Disney store locations shut down sadly, Disney announced another 100 Target locations would be getting the Disney store treatment. Now at this point I'm not sure how many Targets have Disney stores inside, but recently my nearest Target was one of the lucky ones, and I was so excited to see a Disney store area was being added there recently during a pretty lengthy renovation which started earlier this year. As you can see, things are pretty much done at this point. Here's what the area currently looks like. It still needs some work and definitely needs some additional organizing, but it's very cool to have a little bit of the Disney store magic nearby to bring my kids to, now that all 4 Disney stores closed here in our state, unfortunately. Anyway, so yeah, I was really pumped to see this show up at my Target last week, since I've collected just about every Pixar-inspired Disney store figurine playset like this out there over the years, and I was thrilled not only that a Lightyear set did end up getting produced, but I was happy to find it in person so I could choose the one that I wanted myself. The only Pixar film that the Disney store hasn't released a figurine set for, at least in more modern years, has been Soul. I'm not sure why, but other than that, every new Pixar film release has gotten a corresponding figurine playset. So yeah, with all that said, let's bust these figures out and see what we got here in more detail. And just a heads up, I'll also be comparing them to Mattel's 5-inch line of figures later in this video, so stay tuned. Alright, here they are. Still gotta take them off the bottom blister, but yeah, these are looking pretty decent so far. We got 5 figurines in this set: Buzz Lightyear, Izzy Hawthorne, Darby Steele, Mo Morrison, and a Takani Prime flying bug creature, which still doesn't have a name. And I'm gonna start things off by taking a closer all-around look at Buzz. So first up, I will say the human characters, specifically the faces in Disney store figurine sets, always look a little off, and that goes for this Lightyear set as well. They've for sure gotten better over the years, but they're still a little goofy looking if you ask me. Not horrible by any means, don't get me wrong, just a little off, like I said. The body sculpts are solid though, and something I will praise is the paint application here with the set. These little figurines have a surprising amount of detail that the Mattel figures are missing in terms of paint ops and deco, so at least count me super impressed here in that regard. I mean, just check out the back of Buzz here to see what I mean if the front of his suit wasn't convincing enough. This is actually very screen accurate. I still absolutely prefer the Mattel figures over these though, obviously because the Mattel sculpts are just better overall, plus they have posability, they're way more fun, and there's just so much more variety in that line, but these ones here certainly have their place as well. These are figurines after all, not action figures, so it's just a different experience and vibe altogether with these ones. I do wish this Buzz was like in an action flying pose with a clear stand to elevate him with his helmet on, a determined expression, his arm out firing his laser. That would have been really cool, but this basic standing version with his laser blade is perfectly acceptable for what they were going for here. The Takani Prime jungle inspired bases are very cool, and yes, they are the same for all the human characters. The base for the bug is different, which you'll see. And yeah, by the way, I just wanted to note everything here is a softer plastic. The figurines have 0 points of articulation, they're just completely static. And as far as size, Buzz here stands just under 4 inches tall. And now for Izzy here, I'll just echo really all my thoughts I just had for Buzz. An okay head sculpt, solid body sculpt, and really good paint, though not as accurate as Buzz now that I'm looking closer. This figurine does have a lot missing. For example, the name Hawthorne on her chest isn't there, and then she has number 15 on her chest instead of the number 42 on her shoulder plate like it should be, so I'm not sure what that's all about. But again, a very decent little figurine for one of these Disney store sets. The back here looks really good. I like the painted details on her rifle. And yeah, here's the base once again, same as Buzz's. It would have been cool if they were all unique in some way, but oh well. She stands right around 3 1/4 inches tall, so a little shorter than Buzz, and yeah, those are my thoughts on Izzy. Now for Darby, again, really I feel the same about her as I do about Izzy, so there's really not too much to cover here as far as any additional thoughts I have, but I did want to still give you an all-around look. She's holding the Mr. Boom rocket launcher, which looks really good. Again, pretty nice painted details all around. Darby's suit looks decent once again, but not perfect. The action pose here is good. I don't have any issues with any of the poses, maybe except for Buzz. I feel like he could have been more exciting. but the other ones look good. They all look good. Her face is it's fine, but could be better, could be way worse. You do get what you pay here for with this set. It is just $20 for all 5 figurines after all. But again, the figures do look good and do pack in a surprising amount of detail here for their size. Oh, and speaking of which, Darby stands just under 3 inches tall. Lastly, at least for the Zap team, we have Mo Morrison here with his spear shooter, and this might be the best head sculpt in the set, but let me know your opinion down below. This one is not too shabby at all. Mo stands at about 3 3/4 inches tall, and again, overall, there are some details missing when it comes to his suit, but there is a lot that it does get right. Very cool hero pose, though it does make him look way more competent than he is in the film. Once again, same base as the other human characters. Love the otherworldly jungle look to it, and I appreciate the weathering done to it as well. Anyway, the back of the figure here looks nicely done, and I think my consensus is that Mo and Buzz are the best looking human figures in this set, but the absolute best figure in this set is 100% the flying crab bug creature. Now this one I will say is pretty much perfection. I can't think of anything negative to say about it. I'm telling you, as far as non-human characters, the Disney Store has been crushing it lately with these sets, and they're always just so much better than the human characters for some reason. Human faces are just harder to get right, I guess. The sculpt here for this creature is phenomenal. The paint is top notch, especially for a cheap little set like this, and the clear stand / flying effect is the icing on the cake. I love the translucent wings, which are painted with some sort of cool metallic paint, it seems. Very impressive overall, and as you'll see, it's the same size as Mattel's version of the same creature. So this figurine can actually totally be displayed with the figures in Mattel's 5-inch line, which I was really excited about. This figurine here stands at about 4.5 inches tall. Unfortunately, there's no articulation, but again, the figure is softer plastic. Really sick side profile here, and things are looking really excellent from all angles. This base is similar but different from the stands that the human characters are on. It's a little bigger as well, and yeah, I can't say enough good things about this figure. This thing is so cool, and admittedly, I will say miles ahead of the Mattel one, which I'll show here in a second to compare. Honestly, if it wasn't for this figure, I might not have picked this set up, or at the very least, I wouldn't have been as thrilled about it. Speaking of which, now I think is the time to compare these Disney Store figurines to their Mattel counterparts, starting here with the flying crab bug creature. The Disney Store's version is on the left, obviously. The Mattel one is on the right, of course, and I think this speaks for itself, guys. Disney Store wins here, no question. Until I saw these two together, I really didn't realize just how much detail was missing from Mattel's version. I mean, I knew it completely lacked any kind of paint, but man, just look at this, guys. I am glad I have both, though. I still wouldn't pass on Mattel's version since it does go with the 5-inch line, but the Disney Store's version does go to show you just how much of a difference a good paint job can make. It's also just cool to have another one of these creatures for world building, whether for play or your Lightyear display. And now just real quick, here's the Disney Store Buzz figurine next to Mattel's 5-inch scale Buzz, and Disney Store's Mo next to Mattel's 5-inch scale Mo, and Disney Store's Darby next to Mattel's 5-inch scale Darby, and Disney Store's Izzy next to Mattel's 5-inch scale Izzy. Now to wrap things up, this is a good little figurine set for collectors to display, or maybe you have a kid into Lightyear right now and you don't necessarily want to dive into Mattel's complete 5-inch scale action figure range. This figurine set is a decent option to get 4 main characters and a creature for 20 bucks, one and done. It should satisfy little fans to just have some of their favorite characters to bring around. If you're looking for more than this though, more characters, more articulation, more action, more everything, then Mattel's 5-inch scale action figure collection is probably more your thing, and you can check out all the reviews I've posted for them so far by heading to my Mattel 5-inch scale figure review playlist. Of course, I'm still curious to see if a deluxe version of this will get made. Again, it's weird not to see Zurg and Socks in this set, so hopefully a deluxe one is on its way. I was gonna wait and just get that one if it came out, but since there still isn't a guarantee it's happening as I make this video, I figured I'd jump on this basic version now and then assess things later if a deluxe version does hit the Disney Store and if it's worth getting. If you're interested in picking this set up for your collection, hit up your Target if they have a Disney Store section in it, or grab it on Target.com. I'll put the link in the description below. It should also be available on ShopDisney.com sometime as well, I'm assuming, so keep a lookout on there for sure. So, what do you guys think? Have you or will you be picking this one up? As always, I'm very interested to hear your thoughts below, and if you enjoyed today's review, I hope you'll consider giving this video a big thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more Pixar toy news, reviews, and toy hunts. Find me all over social media at Dan the Pixar Fan, and I will catch you all in my next video.